Hello, everybody. It's Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, your energy shift expert, where I talk to you about how to navigate the energies that are currently being presented to us. Today is September 26, 2017, and I wanted to let you know that coming up on October, on October the 29th, which is a Sunday, I'll be at For Heaven's Sakes. Actually, I will be at the Arvada Center with For Heaven's Sakes Books doing the 11th annual seance. I did that last year and about 6 months ago, and it was sold out so quickly. So if you're interested in coming to Denver and coming to the Arvada Center, being a participant of that, you can go to forheavensake.com under event listings and purchase tickets today. So I hope you'll get those before they sell out. All right, so let's talk about the energies that are so pervasive right now. They are literally kind of crazy. Since the eclipse, there's been a lot of illness. There's been a lot of headaches. I myself was sick for almost a week afterwards because the energies are shifting and they're basically forcing us to deal with stuff that we haven't dealt with before. And so for those of us that are busy and we're going constantly 24/7, sometimes that means we have to be ill or in dis-ease in order to take time out and look at what is going on in our lives. But this particular energy shift that's happening right now, it has to do with stability and decision making. So if a lot of you have had things on your plate that you kind of have to and have not do, and you're not ordered, and you don't have structure, and you don't have a framework within which to work, you're probably finding yourself going nuts or having more challenges than you ever have before, or feeling like there's so much on your plate you can't get traction and you're failing at everything. That's where the energy shifts are right now. So it is time for a new beginning and a new step forward. And we're going to start that next 800 to 1,000 year cycle in our planet and in our universe. And so in order to do that, we have to take a new stance, a new beginning. And I know that myself, I don't plan on being here in another 800 years. But if you do, it's going to be a long haul. Anyway, we're also going to find by changing our lives to a more formatted structure and looking at what to leave in and what to leave out, we're going to find more happiness and harmony in our lives, because there's going to be a shaving off of things that we don't desire to do anymore, or things that are merely just keeping us busy. That's another part of this shift, is this feeling of being busy. So busy would be a good for it to go, and productive would be great to come in. And so productive, also things that we've been playing with or toying with are going to become more like commitments. And that can be anything from work to relationships to expanding our spiritual awareness. A lot of folks are expanding their spiritual awareness right now. They're looking for answers. They know things that are going on in the world scene aren't quite right, but they just can't seem to put their finger on what is right. So those things will be happening as well. And then in order for us to take advantage of new opportunities, in order for us to lay new framework, we have to let go of the old. So a lot of the old is coming up front in our faces, and it can be a little owie. I myself have had challenges in the past, and in some relationships, and so those issues, if you will, kind of got pushed to the side and new relationships got formed, but those issues were always pervasive in the back of my head, and so I just kind of let them stay there and I'd let them linger. But what I'm finding is no matter what the relationship is with, it is a who or a what, those things that you've left undone and unbundled are coming up to the fore and are saying, you have to deal with me now. In the past, people told you brush things off, put things under the rug, go on and see what shakes out. There's folks I know who are like, well, just ignore it and it'll eventually go away. Well, right now the energies are not like that. They're bringing everything back up and they're saying, we're not going away until you deal with this. So now is the time to choose. Are you going to deal with it? Are you going to put it in your framework? Or are you going to set it outside of your framework and get rid of it? Now, some things are life lessons, and some things are going to stay with us during our lives, so we will not be able to rid ourselves of certain things. Those things have to be dealt with and looked at and find a place of peace and harmony within yourself. That's the important part, because if you don't have peace and harmony within yourself, then these issues that have been bugging you are not going to go away. So let's say that, you have some, I don't know, some debt that you've been dragging around for years and you haven't been able to get rid of it. You just keep making minimum payments and it hangs out there. Whether it's karmic debt or an actual financial debt or an emotional debt, they're not going away. And they could be a life purpose and they could be a life lesson. You might want to write those out and look at them and see what they're all about, because now is the time to make decisions and be stable in your life. So if it's a debt that you're having to deal with and you just don't want to, can't say I blame you, but it is a debt, which means you owe it energy. So set yourself up a framework within which to get a hold of that debt and repay it as quickly as possible. And see what happens. Some debts just have to be managed, but if you haven't been managing them and you've been ignoring them and thinking they're going to go away, they just get bigger and bigger. And like I said, that could be financial, it could be emotional, it could be karmic, although I don't technically believe in karma. There is something to be said for what you put out comes back. So do have a look at that and begin to carve out new habits around what you find so that you can manage things easier. And I was talking to someone today and I told them, I've got so much on my plate that my time is very limited. And this person was kind enough to remind me that my time is not limited. However, looking at what I'm doing in the time that I have and evaluating what's most important to be done and when will help me differentiate between what's called busy work and what's called productive work. And busy work really just keeps you busy. And if you look at the world at large, they want us all to go to school and they want us to fit in this nice little box. They want us to graduate. They want us to go to work in another box, drive a box to work, and live in a box. It's all very nicely slotted. But it's busy work. I'm asking you to look at what's productive. Yes, we have to go to work or earn a living. And yes, we have an energy exchange with money. Yes, we have to take care of our physical bodies. We have to take care of our houses. But I'm asking you to have a really good look at that and see how much of that is truly necessary. What's really necessary in your life? Are there things that you do over and over again that just keep you busy? So it's time to take a look at those things and become more productive in your life. Now, one thing that I've noticed is there's some things that happen continually over and over again, like the sun goes up, the sun comes down. That's a given. Paycheck comes in, bills go out. That's a given. But productivity is something to really look at. When you're engaging your life on a day-to-day basis, you're productive if you're learning something and if you're engaged. If you're just passing the time or not finding a purpose, that's busy work. And I notice a lot of times when I was growing up, people would give me things to keep me busy, to keep me out of their hair. And so you grow up being used to that and you kind of shape your life around it. So really shake it out. Ask God, Spirit, or Source to help you see what the truth, the love, and the light is about your life. What's busy work? What can you give to someone else? Download, pay them to do, hire them to do, or get rid of altogether out of your life, or set up a framework around to manage. Very important. All right, so let's do a quick clearing around that. And as we're doing that, please keep in mind that your belief systems are what shape the difference between busy work and not busy work and being productive. Okay? So, I affirm the Father and I are one. How long would it take to prep to work for me? How long for high self? Prep to work, go all the way up. And I don't yet have the camera ability to put the camera down here. For those of you that haven't seen me in person, I am using a dowsing instrument to look at pre-agreed upon charts and ideas so that I can do the clearing work. And so if you haven't seen that, that's what's going on there. And so I'm asking who the group's working with. Everybody's working with God, Spirit, or Source, and they're assigned guidance. And that's the desired outcome. So I'm asking everybody on the call, guides, and who will be watching it later, to be elevated, upgraded, educated with all divine knowledge, wisdom, understanding, truth, and light, downloaded, assimilated, and made workable. So that's what I'm asking for now. And they're working on that. During these clearings, you might feel a tingling sensation on the top of your head, or a brush across your skin, or hot and cold spots in your body, or just lighter. These are normal things with doing energy work. And they're working on that. Still working. Wow, you all must have a lot of energy that needs clearing tonight. That's taken a while. All right. So then I'm going to ask to clear all the capacities of your minds and your bodies. So any negative energy that's being stored in the minds or the bodies is going to be eliminated. So that's good. Giving you a brush up, get things started. And they're working on that. So what does that mean when they clear the minds and bodies? It means that any energy you've been storing in your body, and any energy that you may have been storing in your consciousness that can be cleared, that you don't need anymore, is being taken. So that's a good thing. And so they're working on that. Okay, so then I'm asking on the energy shift stuff that we just talked about, if anybody in the groups needs to be cleared from anything in particular. All right, and it looks like that there's some energy that needs to be cleared around finding inner happiness and harmony. How many blocks are running for that? 3. So the first one is on chart 8A. The guide energy and the mystic. All right, that's quite interesting. So it means that somebody's with us on the call, or going to be watching later, that you have energy towards spirituality, sometimes called mysticism. And so that may be out of balance. You may have been working at a higher level in your sleep, and you may be feeling like you want some more training. And if that's true, on the website, toolsofenergyprotection.com, click on classes and a spiritual level 1 class and get yourself signed up right away. We can get started on that. The other one is a guide instinct, which is, your desire to connect with others as well as spirit and guide things in the right direction, which is a good thing, especially if you're looking for new beginnings. All right. Okay, so now, see what else we need to clear. Okay, harmony, blocks to harmony. 8A. Okay. Perfectionist and inner child. Please clear out blocks conflict. So if you are a perfectionist, that might have come from your childhood when you were told don't do this or do this, and you were trying to chop, chop, chop and keep right up with perfection. You could have also been born with it. It could be one of your characteristics. In that, the energies are supporting right now people take a new step forward and a new beginning. And if you analyze to death what it is that's being presented to you, you'll have something called analysis paralysis, and you won't get anything done because nothing will ever be perfect. So go forward, make sure you pay attention to what you're doing so that you have that framework. Do research, get educated, find out what the framework looks like, and then move forward boldly. And if you're not moving forward boldly, then find out what's going on within yourself. there can be blocks, programs, or interferences to what's going on because of things we have experienced in the past. Past trauma dramas. Okay? Anything else? No. All right, so do wrap it, mop up, make sure all souls are cleared. So now they're going back and checking and make sure we got everything cleared from that. That was pretty easy tonight, so that's good. Okay, and there's no major shifts other than that I know of in the universe. This coming up, I wish I could tell you that the rest of the year is going to have some time for letdown and rest, especially given that it's the equinox and it's the fall and generally things slow down. If you're on this side, you know, over the U.S., if you're watching across the pond, it might be a little different. But the fall time generally is a time when leaves shed and everything that we've collected throughout the year and taken into our trunks is what we live on during the winter time. But right now, because of the eclipse and the cycle with Revelation 21, we are really going to be recreating. So it's almost like the fall, it's like there's a bubble that's come around us and given us a time to recreate. So it's kind of a rest, yet not a rest. It's more like a gestation, if you will, of what's going on. So thank each and every one of you for having come tonight. And just remember, if you would like to come out to this 11th annual Into the Night seance by For Heaven's Sakes Books in Denver, you can go online to forheavensake.com. It's forheavensake.com. Click on events, and you can purchase your tickets there. If you need help, there are some people that are going to be coming. They're going to be traveling to come and see it. So you can go online to one of the places that offers plane tickets and whatnot for inexpensive planes and airfare and hotel and car and stuff like that. So it should prove to be a fabulous night. Like I said, we did it last year and sold out to capacity. And then we did it 6 months later. And again, in October, we sold out to capacity. So we have moved to a bigger venue. Woohoo! So we have more room for everyone. So go ahead and get those tickets before they sell out. Also, this Friday, I'm going to be launching a brand new product. So be sure and watch your email for that and or Facebook. I am putting up daily energy shift information on Facebook. So if you go to the website, toolsofenergyprotection.com, and click on contact, you'll find the link to the Facebook page. So have a great and wonderful night, everybody, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for supporting me here on the Inner Circle.